Yeah, let's go. Another series of jousts. This time here in the yellow, playing as the Japanese with pretty aggressive intention here with the Japanese. Going for an immediate barracks. On the other side, we have Nightmeh playing as the French, the color green. Should be a doozy here, the Dark Age barracks. Don't forget the Japanese have access to the Samurai, which is a pretty good unit, even though in Dark Age, obviously leveled down so that it's still a balanced game. They could go with the Samurai, could go with Spears. It's Spears we've got going. I would suspect that Samurai are a little bit too costly in 130 resources compared to 80. Yeah, it doesn't look like a normal build anyway, right? Because the Nightmare probably saw the barracks with the scout, so he knows the brace. So you can either add a tower, or you can just gather your gold very, very quickly. Looks like he's gonna add a tower, right, Nightmare? He sees what's going on. There's a spear. I don't think Nightmare really has the time to do this, though. So you can try to fight the spearman while the tower goes up, and that will force the spearman out. We have a second spearman going for rental. Ollie's also researching mana, so first food attack. Oh, that was a bit of lag. It's been happening quite a little bit here. Spearman will make its way to the gold. Nightmare just in the nick of time here. Just in the nick of time. We'll get that tower up, and with only 4 workers on gold. Like they will all be able to garrison, and that should force the spear out. Exactly, the spear is forced out. Nightmare does get his start delayed though with the tower, so could be a win for rental. So it does have 4 spears already. 4 spears can do a lot of damage. Another interesting aspect. Oh my god, he wants the tower. Another interesting aspect of the game here is that Nightmare will want to go knights, right? In Feudal Age, being the French unit, and the spears are the counter to those. So it's can be a bit of an interesting little video game we got going here. So yeah, Nightmare going up with the School Cavalry rental, nowhere near aging up. The worker taking a long time. We have our School of Cavalry here. If you're Nightmare, like, you need workers on wood right now. You need to make that range, and you will need those archers, and everything else other than the spears will be countered by those knights. So comes then a matter of a little bit of micro, a little bit of that skill here. Pretty smart tower, completely outside of the range of Nightmare's tower, which should have been as close. No, it is as close to the gold vein as possible. Yeah, I can't hate on the tower by Nightmare, but the Tower of Rental is just so good. Yeah, and the towers attacking each other, not great. The Nightmare, he has a little bit of gold, but he won't be able to get any upgrades if he wants to get his knight out. And in the meantime, rental going for gold only now. He does have a fairly substantial economy. Was he idle? Both were idle. A sizable amount here. Of course, French, they build the villagers faster, so that's why this always seems to happen. French just has a slightly larger economy than everybody else. I think the faster villagers really compounds when you factor in extra town centers. 5 spears fit neatly into the tower, so I'm guessing that's why he makes the 5 spearmen. Alright, first knight goes out, doesn't even bother trying to fight the spears. We'll just go to the other side and try to get some raiding going. Rental very wisely here, doesn't take that many sheep, goes straight for the berries. With that Tawara upgrade. Let's see what kinds of damage the knight can do. So the knight... Ooh, restore house. Pretty normal here. Yeah, restore house. Usually he's headed by the wood line because it acts as a drop-off, but yeah, we already have a lumber camp, don't we? Alright, that's one worker killed! Oh, pretty big damage by Nightmeh. Nightmeh really doesn't want to get under that town center with the knight. So wants to deal damage and leave. There you go. Well, took a little bit of damage. Nothing too serious. But so many villagers damaged. Ooh, goes in again, gets hit by that spearman again. So just to recap, they deal 24 damage tonight. Is a pretty sizable chunk here. Of course, still in Dark Age, when he gets to Feudal Age and researches the spearman tech. And that's gonna be even better. Looking at the population space, that's pretty good. Oh, there we go. He listens to me. Even though the game isn't really live. But he does add the range and just adding spears. Spears and knights, man. Spears and knights is pretty good in feudal against the Japanese. Should force the Japanese into something a little bit more substantial. In Castle Age as well. Because you can't just go Knight Horseman. I know that could actually, not Knight Horseman, Mounted Samurai and Spears. What I meant. You know all that. That is a pretty good composition. With OK micro from Nightmeh, it works. I've been there before. Right, we have a few archers. That's really good. Ooh, forcing on a tower as well. Well, Nightmeh needs to start stutter setting. Maybe even doing some stop micro. Stop micro is where you, instead of attack moving, you click stop so that the units don't really move forward. Oh, that's funny. The health bar on the house looks like it's censoring the name of rental. That was hilarious. Ooh, keeps making spears. I don't know about the spears though. They do have the feudal upgrade, so let's see the damages now. I think that guy got didn't die, but got garrisoned. Wow, look at Nightmeh, not even making knights. He should be making knights anyway. Maybe even taking the back gold here and this hunt. Now he has map control. There's no way Rental can get out of his base here. So let's take a look at that spearman. It's 30 from 24. So that's quite a bit of damage. Deals even more damage to elephants. Yeah, that's crazy. But that way I think the development team can actually have some fun. Making some pretty unique and good units over for Delhi instead of just simply, you know, not making elephants really powerful because nothing really counters them. Well, this way I think they cover that basis, that base. This wood line is it's not really exposed. No, it's the crescent that it's creating is actually really good. Nightmeh is gathering a lot of units over here. And he has a blacksmith. Ooh, don't... This blacksmith should be at the back of the base. Oh. Nightmeh could come here to this gold vein. He went to the gold vein here in the front. I guess it's secondary gold, but it's still front, right? Any timing here from Rental will absolutely kill him. Oh, and that's why you needed the knights! These horsemen! Knights, archers, actually doesn't really beat horseman spear that well, though. That's something that we need to take into account, I think. Art of where players have figured out how to play against French is that? Wait, those French horsemen? Are those even allowed? Alright, I'm gonna preserve a scout, that's always neat. Yeah, the scout might be... The scout is definitely the most important unit in anyone's game, right? You don't have... At least when I play, when I don't have the scout, I feel so lost. Everybody's back. Much damage as they have, like, horsemen just have so much damage here with anyone damage a hit. Just, yeah, Nightmeh sacrificing those archers. Just to get the horsemen off their backs. That was another kill, so 3-0 for Nightmeh. Nightmare's starting to build himself up a little bit here, but he really needed more units. And he's not making any gold units? That's crazy. Not making any... Oh, he's making one of each. Oh, he's making one of each. I don't really like that. But I also don't really like this from Rental. Oh no. Making deer when you don't really have map control? Map control is shared at this point. The horseman can definitely help with dodging them, but I'm kind of panicking from the situation of not really having gold here. It's still very... Like, you look at it, Nightmeh has more army and more villagers. But the Rental is gonna have the attack right about now. The floating gate is halfway built. I don't know about Nightmeh giving up the horsemen. The archers. To the horsemen. Feels like it's kind of giving the lead away. No, don't push that! Don't push that! No! It feels like Nightmeh was doing something home and didn't have the APM to come back. No, you really needed the units. He could be at 30 units now. He's not giving up units here and there to the TC. He's trying to prevent the age up. Oh. And yeah, you are getting some good idle time. On the age up, that's true. But now the mounted samurai are going to be so powerful because you gave up like 4 or 5 spears. And I fully expect mounted samurai here. Nightmeh should have taken the fact that he's denying the hunt here. He could be on the gold. Alright, the gold was protected by some spears. And he's denying the woodline as well. And he should be really content here. Of course, Rental will get a lot of these farms for free. Not a lot of the farms for free. Get all those farms for free around for the storehouse. That's why I built it 2 tiles away. So he's not going to be out of the resources yet. Ooh, building up some samurai. Samurai really good at this stage of the game here. When we only have non-gold units, those samurai will be able to tank, but... Man, Nightmeh should be at over 30 units at this point. And he's only at 19 because he keeps fighting under the TC. But he's denied the floating gate for a long time. You want to deny the floating gate like this? You build rams. Oh, trying to build a ram. Oh, Rental. If Rental cancels this now, he doesn't get the full refund. Dang, another terrible situation for Rental to be in. Nightmeh seems to be giving up the lead a little bit here. Like, why would he charge in with a spear like that? Alright, so we have the age up, or Rental managing to dodge the priest here. Yeah, going with a stable scout. Scout, where's the mounted samurai? Come on. He probably doesn't have the food. Probably does not have the food. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible for Rental here. So, but Nightmeh on the other hand, now he has some of an opportunity. Yeah, just like click the tower, right? Just hang out here. You deny some of the farms. Ooh, we have Scout on Horseman, but Scout and Town Center on Horseman action here. I think the Scout and the TC win. Unless, oh man, Nightmeh again giving up the archers. Like you're not sealing the win like this. You're giving up bits of your lead at a time. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I think Nightmeh read this as, oh, he pulled the workers back. But he's being active with the archers. I really like that. You need to start clicking the TC and seeing the line and just trying to stay out of the fire here. Alright, the mounted samurai has cleared up this side. If Nightmeh gets like 3 or 4 mounted samurai, he can really start doing some damage. Ooh, that's just so many villagers. Rental really starved for food here. And it is making expensive units, but the mounted samurai should clear everything. Together with the regular unmounted samurai. So yeah, Rental now in the lead.
Long months of subscribing Pengartfs. I seen this guy before.
Yo, bang with the 29 months, dude. Thank you so much. 29 months on this account, so you've been a supporter since before COVID. That's insane. Right, so staying here with the game, all of the archers go down to the mounted samurai as we predicted. Nightmeh eating up with the Royal Institute, which I absolutely love. I love the Royal Institute as like, it has some of the best stacks in the game. The HP for the knights is just absolutely ridiculous. And imagine if Nightmeh hadn't given up all of those spears. He could still have a bit of a mass of an army denying the berries here, but Rental is picking up the relics, which will equalize everything. And he does have free monks here. So yeah, Rental on the hunt over there. Ooh, mounted samurai. Now the reverse of that coin, right? Yes, we have, ooh, a lot of those spears coming out of the tower and attacking the berries. Ooh, that's 6 workers killed over there. So that's like 4 workers there and 2 here. Just so many workers are getting killed. But we have spears and Rental has to stay away. Very good job not losing that mounted samurai. Now Rental doesn't mind taking a bit of damage because he has the monks out. Or the Shinto priest, I suppose. No, he's gonna lose it! Ah, oh, should have shift queued around. Yeah, that's a big loss, especially when your economy is this small. But both players' economies are just... like, they're so not good. Because of the concentrating that's been going on. So these knights, they look veteran to me. There you go. We're getting... oh, we're not getting any Institute Text research. He doesn't have the gold. Wow, going back to the hunt, that's super bold when you've seen the mounted samurai. Like, Nightmeh saw the mounted samurai. I don't think he can realistically chase that hunt again. And there we go. We've got the Bannerman as well. Alright, I think Nightmeh is the right wall and hides this relic. I'm actually thinking is taking this with these walls, but yeah, talk about border guard, right? You could have connected like that. Right, and connect here as well. No, we're doing this ugly connection to use those trees. The reason I don't really like walls like these is because it's very hard to defend. It's gonna be hard to defend this area while your army has to cross no man's land. Our army could be had as well. But let's see here. We have the 3rd relic. Where's the relic count? There you go. 2 plus 1 on the relics. Let's take a look here as we have a bit of a lull. No, we don't have a bit of a lull. We have more rating. More rating. Let's get back to our original play over here. So we have 18 kills for Nightmeh, 15 for Rental in the worker department. So we have a relatively similar worker count. 2nd town center for Nightmeh. Does he have the time for it? He's gonna be spending a lot of food, but does he have the time to wait for it to pay off? This should have been a keep. This should have been a keep, honestly. Prevents the raids under the town center with mounted samurai, because now they can raid under keeps. Ooh, Mounted Samurai fighting spears. I really don't like that. And Rental's having such a tough time getting any food. Like 1,000 per minute is not enough at this stage of the game with Japanese. And is giving up Mounted Samurai and the Yuma Bannerman seemingly for free. Really, really don't like. Ooh, this is still getting built, and he knows that because of the Shinto priest. Wow, what is that? I think he clicked the wall, but we're getting yeah, the samurai coming back. No rally point on the range. So many archers skewed. The rental could easily have another range. And one of these workers here. Okay, crossbows will do quick work of these mounted samurai. We only have 2 relics, I think, back home. Now we have 3 relics. And the 4th relic is coming home. Whoa! No! Do you guys ever do this accidentally, this wall? We're like, oh yeah, I'm just connecting the tree line to the edge of the map, but there's something in the middle. And like you kind of assume it's like a gold patch or something, but no, it's the sacred site, and you can move under the sacred site. You do create a false choke point though. Okay, Nightmeh trying to be aggressive. This is... I like it, and especially with the Onobugeisha. Onobugeisha are so good against trash units because of their attack speed and their relatively high attack score. If they have no armor, then they just destroy. Alright, Nightmeh picking up a relic. I love it. I do think it's going to be 4-1, which doesn't bode that well for Nightmeh in the relics department. And Rental is starting to snowball a little bit here. Where's the monastery? Oh, it's right here in the back. Alright, so we've got veteran spears. Spears Knights is a pretty good comp. I don't think it's the greatest here. I would like to see the traditional, very gold-heavy comp of Knight Arbaletrier. And if we have too many of those Yumi Ashigaru, can always do. It can always make some siege happen, but yeah, Spear Arbaletrier also works quite well. The Arbaletrier is a very interesting French unique unit, because there's this upgrade over here, which is Gambazins, which increases their melee armor by +5, which means that instead of 1, they would have 6, and you have 2 upgrades, so they can have up to 8 armor. And 8 armor, like, the Mounted Samurai have 27 attacks, so 19 damage, not that much. Like, it's almost a third of the damage that gets cut. Hey, wow, holes in the wall. Okay, so that's open. I don't think anyone notices. Well, that's it's your gold here, and this tower still has the archers, the spears in it. Yeah, look at the Onobugeisha just absolutely tearing into those spears. And to those Arletri as well, which without the upgrades, they are crossbows. Yeah, and Nightmeh's army just gets absolutely shredded to bits by those Yomiya Shigato, and now attacking into the second town center. What can he do? Yeah, I think it's too late here. Yeah, Spear and Arletrier, I don't bind them, except there are Onobugeisha here. They absolutely shred spears, so... But I'm sure if Nightmeh were making knights here, these would be spears. So, but spears and crossbow or Arbaletrier, they stand a bit of a chance here. Damn, how the game is flipped. Where's the spear going? Here, because there's... Oh my god, and Wolf MVP! Bit for the wolf to get a kill, and the wolf gets a kill. This is so ass, the face. It's not your opponent doing anything, it's just the wolf is there, and you're too busy with everything else. But, oh, what a surround! This is a StarCraft surround here. Still doesn't kill the wolf. Very interesting. Alright, cancels everything. Can he use the wall to go onto the other side? Has this gold. That's awful. There's also a big attack here in the front. In the meantime, 30 workers killed by Rental. Nightmeh really in a pickle. Still no tax here from the Institute have been picked up. Might as well go Guildhall if you're not going to get any of the tax. But I get it. Nightmeh, up until this point, never had any resources. Oh my god, everywhere he's going, there's something! Rental being very active with his units here. Something that I'm usually very critical in his games. That he tries to just either butt heads with his opponent or like do his little tactic, but he forgets that the game is a whole thing. Alright, we have 900 stone. Where's that keep gonna go? Can't go here, right? Can't go here. If it starts going here, then this army will just chase. Alright, what's been hilarious is that oh, there's a nice little outpost here from Nightmeh, trying to claw his way back. So, what I was gonna say though is that we have the sacred site here. It is an effective wall, nobody's going through here. So Nightmeh here on the board with 8 villagers, just as the book dictates. Men-at-arms, man, desperate times call for desperate measures. Men-at-arms are basically Nightmare's way of getting an armored unit and saving on that food. Because, are there any spears here? There are no spears, and you saw loads of Unobligation. And Men-at-arms are good against the Unobligation because the Unobligation, they don't have that much attack. Right, they're at 12 right now, so against like 6 or 7 armor. Or 4. Yeah, 8 damage very quickly. That actually can work to his advantage. Oh, I want to see something else here. So, Rental. Yeah, as much as he does have 4 relics, he's not really making use of that gold right now. He does have a lot of Yumiya Shigaru, and if Nightmeh gets a ton of knights, there are not enough spears from Rental to really stop him, but he's getting men-at-arms, which could be an interesting call. There you go, that's a decent keep. Oh, there we go, raiding army. Oh, and the men-at-arms are leaving! Oh no, and this army shreds the spears! No, don't walk under everything! Okay, I really like the Mangi. Really like the Mangonel. You needed like 4 Mangonels to deal with this, not 1. Man, he has such low economy for French as well. French spends a lot of gold here. But, yeah, he has such low economy. More workers getting killed. 54. I guess he killed all the workers running around the map. And the Men-at-arms are going to try to do something. Big fight here. We got underneath the center of the Mangonels are not attacking what they should, and they are now. And that was a beautiful shot. It was Unobligation, not that good against the power of the Mangi. And look at those Onimusha. Those are not Onimusha. Those are Yumiya Shigaru just picking up the units. Yeah, Nightmeh, unfortunately, not long for this world in this situation, but it was a valiant effort. Let's see, 1-0 for Rental. Alright, there we go. Game number 2, Rental up 1-0. Playing here in the color yellow as the Malians. Not making the scout first. That is definitely very interesting. So going for the pit mine with houses around it, like, that's the Malian build order right there, really. Let's see how many houses he builds, though. Saw a boy the other day. built 6 houses, so a much more economic build, going for a slower age up time. But we'll go into the map in a second here, because I really want to see Nightmeh here with the Holy Roman Empire, one of the OG civs. Not doing the 3-3 split right away. So yeah, so this map here, Prairie, very famously, Beastie almost had a stroke trying to play it. He hated it so much at the time, because, yeah, these other woodlines you're gonna get. They're not gonna offer any protection, I'll tell you that much. If you want to wall up the map, you're gonna have to do it yourself. You can't rely on the woodlines. This is the anti-Black Forest in a way. Right? Very open, not a lot of woodlines. You're gonna have to get out of your little pocket sooner rather than later, but all along the map there are a ton of resources. You have these boars, you have a few of these halfbacks of deer scattered up. You have this one, and then here you have two almost in the screen. So yeah, map control becomes very important, and typically a lot of players with a lot of success with civs that like to rush into some pretty powerful units, which I'm thinking is the reasoning behind these two civs. Of course, they're very malleable. Oh my god, Rental going for like the full setup. Well, I was about to comment on how Malians can go into Sofa, but now it's not going to be a very fast rush, is it? On the other hand, Nightmeh should focus on getting his age up very quickly to H3. Oh my god, that's gonna die! That is absolute bullshit. It was outside of the range. Something that I really hate about the game, actually. Yeah, but going back to what I was talking about, Nightmeh here could go the age up. Gets himself into Castle Age, tries to maybe go with the Burgrove and just get a ton of men-at-arms out. Or you could play a very standard, you know, trying to pick up the relics with Regnits and just get a few towers everywhere. Problem with those strategies, though, of course, they're not really good if your opponent is on you before you get that age up, so... Look at that, full setup, and the guy working the mine. That to me is just... I know it was accidental, but still. Oh, there you go. Rental went and picked up his sheep again. He has 18 living sheep. Do we know? Oh, 30 to 31. And look at that. Rental strategy of the two scouts paying off here. Of course, like, Nightmeh also went with two scouts, and the reasoning is you have 62 sheep, so not going really... You'll really miss out. But looking at the economies... Oh, look at that. I think Rental wants to go fast castle as well. Getting the cattle too. But he hasn't aged up yet, and he hasn't put down the age up. While the cows do cost gold. That's why he has the full gold setup. Well, I could try this build, actually. It's... Yeah, it's slow, but look at the gold he has. He's already making cattle. It's... Makes your Fulani setup so fast. Oh, look at all those sheep. And of course, sending them to this side. For them to be under the Jagen. So I have just a quick question here. Yeah, so those sheep here would have counted, so... Yeah, but he's being a little bit overzealous. Moving the sheep over, but that's fine. Not being terrible though. Look at Nightmeh here. Keeping tabs on this gold vein. That would be very easy for Rental to take that one, or this one, like in the front. Would get so destroyed. Man's a quarry as well. Man's a quarry. Of course, the tower is very interesting. You can use it defensively. And sometimes you really have to, if your opponent, like if you're playing an Abbasid and you scout to the military wing, It feels like if you don't go for the tower, you're opening yourself up to getting your houses destroyed. But the other usage of the tower is if you wanna just go trade. Because every time a trade card passes by the tower, it generates some food. And you can generate ridiculous amounts really quickly. If you have 5 towers, they can only do that 5 times. Otherwise, everyone would build a wall of towers, and not a wall, just a blob of towers with a corridor in the center. Alright, taking this wood line, under quotation marks here, is Nightmeh trying to get his tower, I suppose? No, trying to get another house. Nightmeh not really going for the fast age up, he's going for the double men-at-arms, double barracks producing men-at-arms play. Yeah, and he is trying to burn everything down. The tower doesn't sound so bad now, does it? Actually, it would, because like, the tower not really that good against men-at-arms. Ooh, under the range of the town center. You definitely don't want to do that. And the barracks for rental. Now, this would be a bad move with all other civs, but there are Musafari warriors here. Musafari warriors, of course, specialized. None men-at-arms. We see the men-at-arms here, so it makes perfect sense to me. Looking at the collected value, Nightmeh just slightly ahead of rental, and like, Malians are like they're great at collecting resources, but HRE is still the best. Still has the best economy, I think, and they definitely use their economy. They don't have that good units. The Alliance Connect is really good. But the other units are just very bland and default. Ooh, running underneath the town center, getting past the Musafari warriors, looking back on him. They deal 18 damage to armored units. Minus the 3 melee armor. It's quite good damage. They only have 120 HP, right? A knight would be so much worse. Alright, one house down. This Musafari warrior. Sending them one by one will be your death. Yeah, but look at that! Loads of cattle ranches already going up. You want to add them onto that side, yeah? Really, adding them here would be your own demise. Like, what I wanted to see now, looking in retrospect, is a Magic Quarry on this side, and your old cow boom setup on this north side. So. Didn't happen. Let's see how the game develops from now. This Nightmeh is gonna do. I don't think this is all in from Nightmeh. I think there is legit intent to damage the economy and then age up. Oh, rental is just. Wow, this is not good. Okay, I'm gonna give you one little tidbit. So we have the men-at-arms here destroying the houses. We'll leave them be for the time being. So if the scout is within that little square range, nobody can build anything here, and Nightmeh could have the scout in hold position or stand ground. So that as the villagers were trying to build it, the unit wouldn't get out of the way. Right, rental here is going to go triple barracks. Triple barracks and Musafari warriors. But I don't think... What would Nightmeh do with this information, right? Because I think the best play for Nightmeh is to transition into making loads of archers and have a balanced men-at-arm archer combo. Of course, HRE men-at-arms are pretty good. They're not as good as English men-at-arms though, which is insane. But they are still pretty good if you get their unique upgrades, of course. But yeah, two racks, 2 ranges. That's exactly what I do in this situation. You're just trying to get something that can play against the Musafari warriors. Ah, no, Nightmeh! It wasn't an old position. Yeah, but those houses and the whole setup got destroyed, and Rental's gonna get housed here if he's not careful. I'm guessing he is being really careful. And like all of this is under the town center's firing range. So it's not something you really want to do. So yeah, look at... Oh, don't go home. You gotta keep plowing forward here. And for Nightmeh too, yeah, getting the wood upgrade I really like. He has melee armor and ranged armor. No, that's melee damage. Ranged armor. No, don't detect the houses. Oh man, that's so bad. Oh, many times are gonna get destroyed here. No, use the archers. There you go. Wow, Rental is pulling it off here. And again, we see a game where Nightmeh kind of gave up a little bit. Too many units. Oh, gonna get stable too? Are you gonna get scouts or are you gonna get the sofas? Because warrior scouts here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. To fight the archers without overspending. Oh, you're not gonna get this pit mine. Not with the Mustafani warriors over there. Alright, so we're back at building everything. The pit mine never got destroyed. Well, for the people living in those houses, that must have been an experience. The big raid of the Mali town. Alright, a slight lull here in the gameplay, Nightmeh making neat. The archers, I really like those. Damn, all of those men-at-arms died. Just... Yeah, Rental's gonna be trying to be conservative with the Mustafari warriors. He has a very good defensive unit composition here. Where are the rest of the units? They are in the conga line, right? Oh, some of them just hanging out. I really don't like that. But again, we see a game. Nightmeh here has a big disadvantage though, because Rental has the were 2 pit mines, not just the one. Generates them in gold. So it's more like 50 to 38. Oh, the men-at-arms are going to go down. He's never going to be able to make a mass. The men-at-arms if they keep going down. But there is a mass of archers, and archers take care of the Mustafari warriors so well. Oh, that was a worker. It was fighting the mighty infantry. Wow, now look at us giving up units here, huh? You see archers, you have to retreat here as Rental. Really can't stand up and fight this. Or at least fight in your own base with the hill advantage. Affects the sight of the archers. And more importantly, the town center fire. So we have this house being torn down. The spears are an interesting call. I think it was because there was no gold. But we're gonna get sofa built right about now. And the sofa are clearly to deal with the archers, which is a fantastic call. As they might be the best unit to deal with those at this stage of the game. But you don't want to send them like this. Oh, you gotta mass them up. Let those houses go, man. Oh, is that gonna be? It was not. Oh, good surround now. Wow, only a spear survived. No, not even the spear. I was gonna say the spear would have survived all of that. Good job here from Nightmeh kiting. That's gonna deal a lot of damage here to the Mustafari warriors, and now we have Mustafari warriors sofa. What a great combo here for Rental. But you might not be able to afford it. Oh my god, this is so awful. This is not gonna get caught by the Fulani Corral, I don't think. But is there going to be a Fulani Corral, though, is my question. Right, as the game slows down a touch. Loads of units going up here. Trying to go again for the pit mine. Loads of gold getting taken. There is a second town center being built. That pit mine is getting rebuilt as well, so good on Rental for making good use of his newly found map control. Ooh, what a good fight for Rental! Ooh, and it's just archers. Archers are not good against Sofa, and the Sofa don't have the upgrades. The upgrades though. And Nightmeh does, and they make a big difference in this instance. Alright, Rental doesn't really want to fight those horsemen. Yeah, time to leave now. They're all very damaged here. They're all very damaged. That could be a problem for Rental in the future. But right now, he's trying to dip. Yeah, we have Nightmeh here trying to use his map control. He's run out of food in the deer. Oh, now the Sophia, they can fight the horsemen. Like one at a time-ish. What a... Wow, Rental trying to pull back takes so much damage. Yeah, we have Men-at-Arms here harassing again. Men-at-Arms will die very, very quickly. My goodness, that's so fast. The Musofari Warriors. We have the archers again. They are going to kill units. That's 11 workers killed. Of course, workers don't matter that much when you're taking cattle into account. Not cattle, when you take the pit mines into account. Of course, well, the HRE, look at collected value. Wow, they're actually not that good. So, that's the power of a good, healthy mix of the Chapel and taking deer and taking large veins of gold. They're not faster, but they get a lot of surface for the workers to work on. Wow, what a fight for Rental. It's not enough archers to even get the one-shot on the Musofari Warriors. And that's it for this army. All units are now Nightmeh's new army. Where is it even? I'm seeing a Ragnitz. I can like the Ragnitz, but it might be too little too late, as Rental can just attack move. And there isn't much really that Nightmeh can do. Okay, the army's out here in the back. I think he's trying to hide while he ages up. Because, like, Men-at-Arms with upgrades, they do okay. Knights can do really well. Yeah, Rental doesn't even fight the army. Oh, we're getting a Farimba. What does the Farimba do now? So we can get Mensa Musofari, Mensa Javelineers, or Freeborn Warriors. We'll see those when we get to them. It's not used much as of right now, as it used to be very broken. Right, we have the Ragnitz. So we're not getting any relics. Those are Rental's units, those relics. We're not catching any relics right now. Okay, we're taking this fight. Let's go. Oh, the army count is even out. Why is Rental giving up his units? And there's a tower as well. Is he gonna get a unit? Worker? He did not get a worker. But, like, he's fighting him with the town center as well. This is not great. Okay, but we have a massive sofas here. Figuring themselves out. We have a, like, Rental here should get the upgrades for the sofas. As the sofas go from having 2 armor to having like 6 armor. Yeah, there you go, imported armor, and he's getting the upgrade. Very beautiful. He could also go for a blacksmith upgrade, maybe if he wants to, but the blacksmith upgrade nowhere near as important as the other 2 upgrades that he's getting. Loads of food, a little, but not that little gold. They do cost 60, so that is just not fantastic. But wow, under 2 DC. Look at how fast Rental's economy is going. So alright, making a monk to catch one of the relics. Gonna catch this relic up here in the front with the one that was in the Aachen Chapel. So just to recap, HRE also gains gold from relics if they are in towers. The Dragonit's doubles relic gold generation. Alright, we have Freeborn Warriors. Let's go see what they do. Doesn't look like we can get him. Oh, there are a couple of knights here just being douches. Oh, there's the army of sofas, trying to see if there are any hidden bases. I like that. But with the map being so open, this is just so hard to do anything. Alright, I like this. Sprinkled emplacement fortified. And with the relics on towers, also, they increase their stats. So we'll see how much the sprinkled deals. No, so many workers on stone are gonna get... No, they're not gonna get killed. That is interesting. Rental just wants to keep his opponent here out of food. Okay, here are the knights being nuisance. They killed a worker. They killed a worker. Okay, the prelate. Oh, Nightmeh did not take the relic close to his base, and that's actually pretty good. Yeah, this relic is going to be impossible to take, and this one's going to be very hard. However, three HRE relics under Ragnar's Cathedral, that is... Like, I'll take that any day. Look at that, so many cattle here getting taken by Rental. Rental can keep this up forever. Which is an interesting aspect of Malians. Alright, so loads of damage taken by these knights. If they get healed, then I guess the damage is for nothing. On the other hand, yeah, we have here beautiful, well-upgraded units. We have loads of sofa coming in here. Well, let's see what the Freeborn Warriors do. They're infantry with high-ranged armor and bonus against... So, anti-ranged melee infantry unit. That's a very interesting concept. No! There were two sofas still in there. Alright, so for destroying stuff. While taking this tree line. This tree line is going to be dangerous right now. Oh no, Rental, we don't want to fight this! Not to this little army. I don't think he has much of a choice though. Interesting tower here just to host the relic. Oh, trying to do the quick walls! Oh, the quick walls! They forced the sofa around a very, very bad pathing. Wow, we're gonna get two workers anyway. Damn, that's crazy. That was a good maneuver from Rental. Even though he loses the sofas, he was gonna lose them anyway. Might as well get value out of it. That relic's been taken here by Rental. Well, there you go. There's that tower here on the stone. They're gonna get so much attack. Because of the relics. It's gonna be great. Alright, here we go. Those are the Freeborn Warriors. Yeah, they have some nice damage. They have some nice... Let's see how they perform. Ooh, this might be the only time I'm ever gonna say crossbows. Not sure about those. Well, there are sofa here, so yeah, I guess that's fair. But these are not armored, right? No, they're not armored. They're regular melee, not light, not heavy. Not armored, not unarmored. Another fight for Rental. So much supply. Yeah, Nightmeh needed to figure out a way to use the 3,500 gold. Yeah, Rental's unit composition was pretty good. Like, Nightmare's was good too. We just needed way more units. And that was a disaster of a fight. Sprinkles with 51 damage, fire resistance. And they have that instant repair that is not used. Oh no, and the workers get caught. And there's also a big radiator in the back. Wow, these workers are trapped. Yeah, I don't think the gate finishes. And yeah, Rental now attacking in 3 places at once. Wow, that gets done, and that's the series. That is 2-0 for Rental. Well, I'll catch you in the next series. And this is a replay, so there's no stats. Peace out.